Hello, everybody. It's Flesson19, and I am going to be narrating this after the fact. My audio did not record. So, this 38-minute episode is edited down to 15 minutes with me narrating it after the fact. I'll get into that a little bit more, but right now I'm looking at the fact that I want to do both of these bandit bases. But I only have so much room, and there aren't many spots for Laborer's Quest in Asteroid Territory. So my thought process is, well, I could just go ahead and I can get rid of the low tier 1 troops because they aren't worth that much. So I'll do a bandit base. I'll get rid of any tier 1s that are left over, and I'll do the other one. Now, thankfully, I come across this one, and there is a bounty hunter's quest. So that's a free 3,000 dinars sitting there, which will most likely be on the right-hand side of the bandit base. So, yeah, the audio didn't record. I had this happen during a live stream. I know what the problem is, but I'm trying to do something special with editing. So, therefore, that's what caused the problem. So, I'm going to talk to Strat Gaming to figure it out. And until I figure it out, I'm going to switch it back to how I used to have it. So, this won't happen again until I actually figure it out. So, right now, I'm making sure that I have enough food variety. As I said, you want to have all 9 food types, max troops, to gain as much steward as possible. So that's all I'm looking at doing. Which I'm still looking at. Still going through all the horses. I want to make sure that I got enough room. And gear is okay. And I want to be able to head to the... Oh, we have the tournament. I forgot about that. I was wondering, should I do the tournament? And I decided not to do it. So we're not going to go head to the left one, or the right one, because then we're going to have to go to the right, back to the left, back to the right. So I decide, okay, let's go head down and let's just go do the right one. So we're going to head down that way. But as I'm heading down that way, I'm also going to start looking for quests in case they have a bandit base nearby. So we'll stop off at this clay one, and they just happen to have a bandit base. So we did get ourselves a Flesson special, but it's between 2 bandit bases. So that's not really a big deal. So I'm going to go ahead and do this bandit base. I'm going to upgrade my troops right now to tier 3 to make sure that I don't get attacked. I'm upgrading all my troops because there's some bandits around. I want to have as much strength as possible. And then also so my tier 3 troops don't get killed in battle. So what I did was I already did the bandit base, and there you can see those are the ones that are left over. This is actually the second bandit base is done, not the first one. I've already done both bandit bases. That's everything that's left over after I did the second bandit base. So both those bandit bases are done. I have all my troops. I got my 6,000, and I'm really ready to go. Grab Warlord. And I'm ready to head to Kaoses territory. Now I'm deciding where I want to go ahead and put this point. Obviously, I want to put it to charm because getting married is going to give a ton of charm, and we want to get to 275 as quick as possible. That is really our main goal. And then I start talking about steward as well. We want to get to the steward to help us out. And then we make it up and we're into Empire territory, and we finally found ourselves a laborer's quest. We got the laborer's quest taken care of. And now we can go technically head over into Kaoses territory. We're going to go run down and stop at Hussenfolk to grab some troops, some more Asteroid troops. But I remembered that I didn't have enough companions. So looking at it, look at the level 10s, the level 11s. So it's time to grab ourselves all of our wanderers, and then we can get all those guys upgraded with gear so they can do the bandit bases with us instead of the troops. So I continue to look down and see who's what. The black was level 16. I think I only grabbed her so that way she could be a good infantry captain at the start of the game. So I grab all those people, send out the messengers to get with them, which I'm going to end up finding out that I actually went one over my maximum. So I'm going to have to get rid of the black. But I'm looking at who else I could grab. And the fish is definitely going to be an option. I'm using the character reload right now to look at their skills, because I want to know how many points do they have in trade or steward, medicine, scouting, the things that matter. How far are they into level before I actually grab them? Because I want to know, is this the one that I really want? And she was okay, but nothing into medicine, nothing into scouting. Just, she's okay being level 13 with 3 points into trade and having steward. But there's a much better choice, and that would be the fish. Go on to the fish. Now, he is going to be much better. I talk about the Great Balkan, he's okay. But let's get to the fish. Braggett is okay because he's got scouting. But the fish, he's got a point into medicine, into steward, 2 into scouting. I believe he had 1 into tactics as well. 1 into leadership, 1 into trade, nothing into tactics. So being that he's only level 12, very good. So I end up taking him, and on my way down to Hudson Polk, I'm going to grab all the people. But at the last moment, I realize I'm going to be one over. So that's when I do have to get rid of the black. And then that will give me my full people. So it's just a slow trek going down there, waiting for everybody to contact me. And then when we get down there, I'm going to get everybody equipped so we could start doing bandit bases. So just one by one, running through them. And I'm really glad that I did check.
Hey?
Because it's right here that I realize, wait a minute, how many do I have? It's like, okay, I got 1 more coming. All right. And then I look, there are my people, put them in their proper positioning. And then all of a sudden I look at my screen and I already have max companions. So I have to get rid of the black, which is not a big deal. There's 2 different versions of the black. One is like level 11, one's like level 16. She served her purpose. So we'll strip her down, get rid of her, and then that way we can get the healer, because she's much lower level. But getting a high level 1 infantry from the start is really good to have a nice infantry captain to help you out. So she did serve her purpose really well. Thank you, the Black, for your services. But your services are no longer required. She's sad, but we got to do what we got to do. So now we get our last companion.
Well, now, straight.
And we're gonna grab troops along the way. We need more troops. We need to get 2 more. But here is where I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna get all their gear done. Now this probably took me about 10 minutes to get the gear done. You'll see at the start right here, and now we'll cut away from that. And we're now ready to go into Aserai territory, or to Kuzite territory. That was 10 minutes getting that ready. I was checking for a Lord Need Horses quest from this guy. He did need horses. However, he needed camels. And I did not have any camels on me. So we head on over, and there just happens to be a beautiful bandit base for us. So I have everybody all set up ready to go. Mostly it's going to be our companions that are going to be going along with me because I want them to get the XP for it. It's dangerous to do, very dangerous, because they could die. But the advantages of doing it is they're going to gain skills. And by them getting injured, you're going to gain a lot of medicine. Now, this is something I never have a problem with. Right here, watch. No, it's going to be in the next battle. I want to show you something. You're going to swing faster than he is. When you use a skill shaper, if he misses once, that's it. But I'll show you that soon. The great thing is you can see I got an awesome upgraded bow. So I was extremely happy about that. I don't need to go out and buy a new one. But in the next bandit base, I'll show you exactly what happened. So we ended up going to Odak, and there is a bandit base that pops up. Now, unfortunately, we do not get a quest for the bandit base. But here is something very important that I'm going to end up showing you. As if the boss in the Kaoses bandit base misses once, you can hit him, and you're going to swing so fast with the steel shaper that he's never going to have a chance to hit you. However, you're going to see one thing happen here. Watch for his thrust right here. Boom. He got me with a thrust. His thrust is actually faster than my swing. I did not realize that. That was like totally blew my mind. So you can see I got a ton of troops. But I don't have enough to hold all my prisoners. So once again, I need to do the same thing. We're going to send them all back, pull them all over. That will give us the highest tier that we can because we haven't reached clan tier yet. I get a nice hat for me. We need to go find ourselves a laborer's quest. So we head on up and we find ourselves a laborer's quest. Go turn in all those prisoners so we can keep going and doing more questing. I think it's somewhere around 10,000 or so we get for turning all these guys in. Somewhere in that general area. And now we just, this is when I actually realized I'm running a sandbox. This whole time I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute, I want to get clan tier 1 so I can get my big brother, but I just remembered I'm running a sandbox and we're almost clan tier 1. So I was like, okay, that changes things. So what I do is I head down to Akalot, and Akalot has a caravan ambush quest. That caravan ambush quest is going to give me enough to go ahead and get clan tier 1. With an ambush quest, you can actually go after the guys right away. You don't have to wait for the enemy to actually attack the caravan. You can go after them. But you have to be careful because if you get too close, they'll give you a warning. And if you get close the second time, you'll fail the quest. And then I sim it because I want prisoners. Those prisoners can be used for the laborer's quest. Got some decent gear. I'm going to have to go through the gear for everybody because we did get some decent upgrades. So finish off that quest. Head back down to Hussenfolk because now we're clan tier 1 and I need more troops. But I look at this and whoa, that is the reward for doing it. 2010 shoulders. Those are some of the best in the game. So obviously I go ahead and do this. I almost lost in another round of these, but it went pretty well. I'm getting much better at using javelins, but to get some 2010s, and then I decide whether or not I'm going to sell it. No, it all depends on the price of the item. But 2010s to pick up early game, all you're doing is reinvesting into more armor so you have a better chance of surviving more tournaments to get more loot. So I got myself a pair of 2010 shoulders. Extremely happy about that. That was like an awesome find. Yeah, those are some really nice things. So I'll do just a tiny bit of upgrades for people, and I actually noticed one person I didn't really do any upgrades for. I believe she's coming up here just a minute. I didn't actually get anything done for her. Once again, I go look for more troops. And from this point on until the end of the video, I go collect up troops, and all I do is questing. Now, I did not get a bandit base. This is actually the first bandit base I got for like 10 minutes. So I kind of conclude off from right here, and this is where we end off the episode. I'm sorry that it happened. I'll try to make sure that it doesn't happen again. Until next time, my friends, take care, and thanks for watching.